And the other part,
and it's a whole new story. Almost.
Everything with regards to his research, it's all fueled by politics. It's basically saying, if the Empire invented it, we are going to destroy it. Doesn't matter if we could repurpose it for benefits to help us rebuild. It's basically like, just because it's got your label on it, it's deemed evil, even if it's like, more fuel efficient hyperdrive. Like, nope, we're not doing that. It's Empire technology.
I didn't understand that either, because again, that goes back to the point. It's like, Mon Mothma, Bail Organa, how many other people were literally part of the Galactic Empire, the Galactic Republic before that? And it's like, well, like, it's just, those people were also part of your that system.
Yeah.
And you decided to like secede or rebel, whatever you want to call it. So that I just found that weird, because that was just kind of, I don't know, that was just weird. That didn't really make sense. And again, I mean, that kind of goes back to what the show, a lot of times there's like these things in the show that don't really make sense, don't compute, kind of contradicts a little bit of what we know of the Star Wars world.
It would be, because if George Lucas were kind of like taking a run at this, he'd probably have a scene with a group of senators and some of these amnesty people, and say, there is so much valuable technology that the Empire developed in the 20 years that they ruled, and for us to throw it away would actually set us back, 2 decades into a different system. And some of the things that they did, even though it's terrible and evil, would actually, we could repurpose it to have, the benefits that some of these people intended. And then they say, but it would have the stink of the Empire. How could people, enjoy the benefits of this, knowing that some of their family members or what have you were executed to achieve this technology and whatnot? And it's like, right. Well, so do they die in vain, or do we actually give their lives and their sacrifice a purpose? And do we, what's the word I'm looking for? Do we admonish those that committed these atrocities and prop up the victims, so that we celebrate their life and the tragedy that they endured, or do we just throw it all out like the baby with the bathwater and basically give all that suffering no meaning, and right. Just try to ignore it and hide it from the history books, which is apparently what it seems to be doing when the Doctor is looking at all these data files that he's sorting. He's like, you want me to destroy this stuff? He's like, yeah, it's Empire, but it's like, it could have benefits. Doesn't matter. It's Empire. That is something to debate that would actually work well within Star Wars, because it's the moral conundrum.
Right.
And they kind of glossed over that and said, oh, we're not going to show you that debate. That's already happened. And this is the decision. But we have a character who's literally a victim of that. And there's right. no discussion around it at all. It's just, it's weird.
Yeah, so you kind of do get the discussion with himself, right? Because he kind of is like, well, I disagree with that decision that's coming down, that we need to just destroy this stuff because it's Empire, and he makes the decision to go and get the lab, which was weird too. It's like, this guy's going to go continue on his like cloning stuff, and he's just gonna put it in like a little like bucket. I'm like, what? I don't think so. I don't know.
Cooler, yeah.
He's getting enough from that. I was like, that's a little far fetched. But